Good morning, mon petit, and welcome back to my channel. I am just currently getting myself ready for the morning, and it's so funny because I just popped on this little Holland Cooper little cable knit cardigan, and the last person who actually wore this was my sister. I loaned it to her just for like a week or so. That is always the best thing about having sisters, is being able to swap wardrobes. Please tell me that we're not the only ones, even as adults, that do this. And I feel like it's actually even better as an adult, because you don't just have to like sneak into their room and steal something. You can just actively text them and be like, hey, can I borrow this cardigan? Can I borrow that dress? The only thing we can't share is shoes, because as you guys know, I have the world's smallest feet. I'm a UK size 3. I'm like a 3.5. Sometimes I can wear a 4 if it's like flats, trainers, boots, that kind of thing. But most of my shoes are a size 3. And I feel like most women in the UK are like 5, 6, which is exactly what my sister is. So we can't share shoes, but we do love sharing clothes. And why is it that you always think they look better on the other person? Whenever I borrow something of hers, she's like, oh my God, that looks so much better on you. If ever she borrows something of mine, I always think it looks better on her. But because she was the last person to wear it, and obviously has washed it before giving it back because courtesy, it smells like my sister. It smells like her washing. So I literally just keep smelling myself like, I am my sister. I am Grace today. This is so bizarre, being able to like smell the washing on your clothes. And it's kind of got me thinking that I need to more regularly change up my washing powder. This is actually something that my mum does. My mum is so big on smells. Every single day she has the most incredible perfume on, and she switches them up so that she doesn't like stop smelling them in her home. Every single room has a different reed diffuser and has like a different smell. And the second she stops smelling it, she'll literally call me and be like, we need to do a trip to the White Company. I need to go and get some new reed diffusers. I can't smell them anymore. So I feel like I get that from her in the sense of liking smells, liking having reed diffusers, liking having home fragrance. Something I never really think about is actually my washing powder. And I feel like you just get into the habit of buying the same washing powder over and over again, and you stop smelling it. And actually wearing this jumper and smelling like that freshness of the washing powder, it's really got me thinking, maybe I need to rotate it a little bit more. And let me know if you're that kind of person, because I feel like that is so chic to do, to like change up your washing powder so that you don't lose your own smell. It's a bit like when you come home from holiday and you kind of step foot into your house and you're like, oh, so this is like our home smell. Even with reed diffusers, I feel like you don't get that every single day. But yeah, today I smell like my sister and I'm kind of loving it. But whilst I've been getting myself ready, I'm feeling a little bit naked in terms of jewellery. I don't have anything on at the moment, and that is because I have a new delivery to unbox with you guys, some gorgeous new jewellery pieces to add into my collection. And I feel like it's been the longest time since I added some gorgeous new pieces into my collection. It might not have been, but it feels like it has been. I feel like I've gotten to a really good point with my jewellery where I've created like a really capsule jewellery collection of pieces that I reach for time and time again, items that I feel like I can dress up or dress down, that I don't need to necessarily like swap in and out. They work for the day, they work for the evening, and I feel like these new pieces from Lily and Rue are going to do exactly that. Now, if you don't know Lily and Rue, they do the most gorgeous, timeless, classic jewellery. They would make amazing gifts for Christmas. They make incredible wedding jewellery. In fact, I think my sister's wedding jewellery was actually from Lily and Rue when she got married last year. They do the most incredible like pearl pieces, classic pieces, and I have a few that I wanted to unbox with you that I just kind of wanted to add into my like everyday stack that I can reach for time and time again, that are just going to be really beautiful additions into my kind of like collection that is going to go with everything. So let's start with this one. I have no idea in which order we're going to be opening these things in. Can we also just talk about the packaging? I mean, how beautiful is that? I'll leave a little link to Lily and Rue down below if you do want to shop them. And I'm not gonna lie, I think we're actually starting with the best, the best piece first. These gorgeous little pearl earrings. Goodness me, that's made the camera go really bright, but how stunning are these? I'm sure you guys will know that my daily jewellery stack pretty much always includes pearls. I just absolutely adore pearls, particularly that have a little bit of a twist to them. So whether it is like a double pearl kind of situation, a pearl with a little bit of detail added to it, more of like a dangly pearl, I absolutely adore pearls. And I feel like these earrings are just so perfect in the sense that you can wear these as like a bit more of an everyday piece, but also I feel like with maybe your hair tied up with a more elegant dress, they could be worn for more kind of like evening wear styling, which I just absolutely adore. And I really like the fact that it has silver hardware. I really struggle with finding beautiful pieces with silver hardware because I am more of a silver girl, especially in winter. I feel like in winter, I really ditch my gold jewellery and really lean into my more like silvery pieces. So I really love the fact that it's got the silver hardware. I think it does come with both. I'll leave them linked down below, but they are just the most beautiful new addition. Goodness me, I'm so sorry about the lighting. It is such a like sunny but cloudy day, so I feel like it keeps coming in and out behind the clouds. But the next piece, I feel like it's just going to pair so beautifully with these earrings. I have been on the hunt for a new everyday pearl bracelet for the longest time, and this I am so in love with, because what I really like about Lily and Rue jewellery is how dainty it is. I feel like a lot of jewellery brands do like really bulky, like really big pearls, whereas this is just the daintiest little bracelet. I mean, look at that. And if I can get this on without any help, yes, oh my gosh, okay, that is going to become my new daily bracelet. I feel like these is like a little duo are going to become my new go-to. I mean, how beautiful is that? Just so dainty, so elegant. It doesn't look too like elevated, it doesn't look too evening wear styling, but can definitely be dressed up for the evening. I am so in love. I feel like these always just make great gifts, great stocking fillers, and also amazing presents for people like your bridesmaids. If you have anyone special in your life, I mean, can you picture like all of your bridesmaids wearing a little matching bracelet and a pearl earring set on your wedding day? That would just be incredible. And the last thing I have been on the hunt for the longest time, because ever since I got engaged, I don't know if you'll notice, but I don't really tend to wear rings on this hand, and I think it's because my engagement ring kind of ruined all of my other rings for me. So I really wanted to add a new ring into my collection that is just as beautiful, just as elegant, and can be worn a little bit more kind of like day to day, yet also elevated a little bit in the evening, that I can wear on this hand. And this ring on Lily and Rue, see that? Is it going to focus? How beautiful is that? The most incredible like pave kind of diamantes running over it in this amazing kind of shape. I don't even know what you would actually call that. That is beautiful. Oh, that is exactly what I feel like I have been looking for. I mean, look how dainty that is. It is just so teeny tiny, and for me, I have very small fingers, I have very dainty hands. Being a petite girl, I feel like it's something that you can't necessarily like translate on camera, and it's not until you meet me in real life. I find sometimes people can kind of get the gist of it when they maybe like buy handbags that look big on me and they're actually really small handbags, or jewellery that looks really chunky. I know people that have bought it and gone, that really doesn't look chunky on my hand. So I really struggle with finding rings that are really dainty, really elegant, that don't have any kind of like thickness or chunk to them, and I feel like this ring is exactly that. I mean, how beautiful do they kind of look almost paired together? This could just become my new daily ring for this hand. Which way do we prefer it, that way or that way? No, I think I prefer it where the kind of almost like bump goes down. I just think it's really elongating on your hand, very elegant, and pairs so beautifully with the pearl and the earrings. A gorgeous new little, I was gonna say stack, but not necessarily a stack, almost like a set to add into my collection that I can reach for daily, that I feel like just looks so elegant, so beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited about these pieces. Oh, I feel like these would make incredible Christmas gifts. I'll leave a link to them all below. It is safe to say I'm obsessed. I was just having a little think actually about that ring, and one thing that we do really need to do now that the 1 year countdown is almost on to the wedding is start thinking about wedding bands. And it's so funny because this is actually not really something that I took into consideration when I first got my engagement ring, but one of my favorite things about my engagement ring is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this bridge here. And it's so funny because I was actually helping my brother recently. I can now say my brother and his fiance, because I've always said my brother and his girlfriend. I helped him go ring shopping and try and find the ring, and he was deciding between two. And one of the things I said to him is that actually us girls that wear the ring, 90% of our view is this. So like you see the ring from kind of like this angle, and I absolutely adore the bridge that I've got on my ring. And the two he was deciding between, I literally said they look identical from the top, which is prettier from the side angle. So that helped him choose the ring for his girlfriend, now fiance, which is very exciting that we have another wedding coming up after ours in the family. But we need to start thinking about wedding bands, which is something I just didn't really consider with this ring, considering the fact that I do have this bridge. My wedding band is going to end up blocking it a little bit, which is a little bit sad because I love seeing that view from like the side. But what do we think of these two kind of stacked together and using that as almost like a wedding band? Having something that's a little bit more different in shape. I know a few people that go for that because obviously having your ring over the top, you don't want it to kind of almost get lost underneath the diamond. But what do we think? I think that looks really, really cute. It's so funny though, whenever I see myself like with a wedding band on as well as my engagement ring, I just don't like it as much. I just want my engagement ring by itself. Can I get married with my engagement ring? I don't think that's really allowed, but I do quite like that. I think that's the best that I've seen so far because they almost look like two very separate pieces, and then obviously it means that I can wear them separately and together. I don't know, I think that's quite cute. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know actually, can you leave comments with photos down below? If not, DM me on Instagram what you've got for your wedding band, because I feel like I need inspiration. I feel like I'm really struggling with it, with what I want to go for, what I want to choose, whether I can get away with not wearing a wedding band. But that is definitely my favourite that I've kind of seen so far. I can always tell that Alex was the one who made the bed because the cushions always go on the wrong way round. He always ends up putting the seam at the front, which drives me nuts, but we're in my bedroom and I have some new pieces that I'm really excited to show you. Some items that I feel like are going to be amazing capsule wardrobe additions into my autumn winter closet. I feel like these are going to make up a lot of really basic but not boring autumn outfits. They're going to seamlessly slip into my kind of collection of pieces and are going to be real workhorses in my wardrobe. I've been doing a little bit of shopping on Karen Millen, and I feel like at this time of year Karen Millen just comes into their own. And after doing my little coat collection video, I was on their website because obviously I was linking all of the Karen Millen coats for you guys, which I didn't realize how many I had. If you haven't watched that video yet, actually go back and watch it because I feel like it just goes to show that having like a real capsule collection of coats as well is so important at this time of year. But I adore Karen Millen's coats, their outerwear pieces, and I also really adore their basics. I feel like they do really high quality, like interesting basics filled with pieces that you can have in your wardrobe for years and years that will make up so many different kind of like outfits that you can dress up, that you can dress down. And spoiler alert, it is all black. I didn't quite realize until the order arrived and I was like, oh, another black piece, oh, another black piece. But I'm really excited to add these into my wardrobe. So starting off strong with this really gorgeous little ribbed black collared knit, I think is the best way to describe this, with the most beautiful gold button detail running down it. I'm so sorry if this is going to make the lighting go so weird, but obviously with these pieces all being very black and it being a very sunny day today, I feel like I'm just going to end up looking like a ghost in all of these clips. But I will show you what they look like on. We can style them up together because these are the kind of pieces that I feel like I end up reaching for time and time again. And whenever I do like culls within my wardrobe, whenever I do clear outs, it's items like this that I always feel like stand the test of time, that I don't end up wanting to like move on from, get rid of, that I don't want to like move on from or get rid of. They actually really last in my wardrobe, and I just feel like this is going to be so cute for so many different occasions. I feel like style with a pair of jeans and a cute little pair of trainers, perfect little weekend fit. Add a really lovely slip skirt or like a wide leg pair of trousers and some heels. You have got an evening outfit. These are the epitome of day to night kind of pieces, and I absolutely love them for that. Well, it is safe to say I am obsessed. This is exactly what I was hoping for with this knit. I just love how it looks. Actually untucked with a pair of jeans. It's so funny, I used to be the queen of tucking things in, and you definitely can if you want to, but I found in recent years that actually untucking is a little bit more elongating on my torso, and being a petite girl, I always want all the help I can get with regards to elongation, and B, I actually just find it a little bit more casual, a little bit more unstyled, and just, I don't know, again, basic but not boring is always the phrase that I come back to. But I love the collar detail. I love the like buttons that run down. I think it's so, so lovely. And I cannot tell you how soft this is. It is just the softest little knit. I feel like this is going to be one of those pieces that I just reach for time and time again, that I wear over and over again. This is just beautiful. Another black ribbed gold button detail knit but one that's a little bit different. I feel like this is just ever so slightly more elevated. This to me is very much like an evening jumper. And if you know me, you'll know I've been really working towards creating like a real capsule evening collection of pieces. I really want my evening wear wardrobe to not be like stressful, to be able to just kind of like grab and go, to chuck an outfit together so seamlessly, not feel stressed out, not end up with a wardrobe filled with pieces and outfits that I completely rejected from the evening. There is nothing better than just putting an outfit together, feeling amazing, feeling seamless in your look. And this is exactly that kind of a jumper. I love the gold button details on this as well. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually got this kind of almost like embossing on it, which I feel like makes it look so much more expensive. Like if you had told me that this was like a Sandro knit for an extra couple of zeros on the end of the price tag, I would so have believed you. And it's the kind of piece that I feel like it doesn't date, it doesn't go out of style, it is just purely timeless, purely classic, the definition of a capsule wardrobe piece. Another perfect addition into my wardrobe. I could not be more obsessed with this. It's definitely a lot thicker, a lot more kind of evening wear appropriate, and a lot more elevated, but I do still think that you could probably casual this down. You could still wear it with like a pair of jeans if you wanted to. I've actually just paired it with a pair of kind of like white wide leg trousers, because I really love it black and white styled together. It always just feels so elevated to me. It feels very evening wear without trying too hard. I mean, if you wanted to, a pair of black wide leg trousers would look amazing with this, or a slip skirt if you wanted to be even more elevated. I feel like it's just one of those pieces that goes with any kind of bottom that you have in your wardrobe. Any trouser or skirt combo I think would be beautiful. I need to take this tag off. This is definitely going to be staying in my wardrobe. I love the button details, I love the collar and the thickness in the knit. This is going to be such a great capsule piece that I'm going to wear all throughout autumn winter. Okay, this is an item that I feel like we're going to need to use our imagination with a little bit, because I appreciate me just holding it up like this. You cannot see any of the detailing, you cannot see any of the like styling, and it's an item, I'm not going to lie, that is a bit of an exception for me, because this is actually a bodysuit, and I normally never wear bodysuits. It's something that I've kind of sworn off for the longest time. But I feel like 2025 has been the year of rediscovering those pieces that I used to swear off. It's been the year of exceptions. I mean, I swore off blazers for the longest time, and this year I found two that I'm absolutely in love with. I used to never wear those kind of like mid-length coats. I now have the Karen Millen one that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I feel like 2025 has been the year of discovering items I would normally stay clear of, and actually falling in love with a few. And this I feel like is going to be the perfect kind of like evening wear piece that again I can reach for time and time again. It's got this really gorgeous detailing on the collar where it kind of has this almost inbuilt like necktie, so you can do like a big bow, you can tie it kind of almost like around your neck continuously. I feel like it's a really, really gorgeous detail. It's a really lovely, quite sheer, almost like organza shirt, which I really love, with these balloon sleeves. Again, we've got the little gold button details on the cuffs, which I really, really love. And I feel like it's the kind of item that you can wear with a lot of kind of like jeans, trousers, skirts. I feel like this is one of those pieces that you just have unlimited ways of styling. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, this was the wild card of the haul, and actually one of my favorite pieces. Now, saying earlier that I don't tend to tuck things in anymore, I feel like this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is funny because maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I always tucked in my slip skirts, but recently I've been quite liking having things untucked, so I wanted to try this top with the slip skirt, and I kind of love it. This is a gorgeous little slip skirt from Zara. I get a lot of questions about it, and I absolutely adore this like chocolate brown. I feel like it pairs with black so well, and I love this silhouette that it gives. I feel like if you wanted to almost go more of a dress vibe, go for like a black slip skirt, or if you like the monochrome kind of black and white look, a white slip skirt would look amazing with this as well. Obviously, being a bodysuit, it means that you kind of have no choice but to tuck it in. And I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna share a little bit TMI here, but I feel like we're all girls here and you all understand, but the bodysuit is a little bit thongy. And normally with my pants, I'm a bit more of like a full brief kind of a gal. So it's a little bit out of my comfort zone in that sense. However, being a petite gal, I obviously don't have as long a torso as other people. So it's kind of a little bit loose down there. Is that way too much information? Should I not be sharing this on the internet? It's quite loose. So I don't feel like it's like giving me a wedgie. I don't feel like it's like going up the butt cheeks. It's comfortable, which I'm quite glad about. However, if you are a little bit taller and you do have like a really long torso, that is something to consider if you don't like thongs, is that it is a little bit thongy. However, I love the silhouette that it gives. I really like actually the fact that it's not too like tight on my torso, it's a little bit looser. I think I just went for a medium in all of these tops, but I'll leave them linked down below along with the size just in case I got that wrong. But I really love the little pussy bow. Let me get my hair out of my way. I love the little pussy bow detail. So it's kind of got this like V-neck underneath and then you just got the little bow over the top, which I think looks really cute, and you can wear this in different ways. So you could literally tie it around your neck so that you have this almost like choker kind of collar detail. You can wear it a little bit lower with the V if you wanted to have a bit more of like a V going on. I love these sleeves. I feel like these are my favorites, just how like voluminous they are, just how fun they are, but the fact that they come in at the cuff with a little gold detail, I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's so funny how much I'm talking about silver jewellery in this video, and yet all of these pieces have gold accents, but you know me, I do love to mix my metals. I feel like there's nothing more fun than gold and silver jewellery styled together. So I'm in love with this look, and I feel like it's gonna go with so much. I mean, you could tuck it into a pair of jeans if you want to kind of casual it down a little bit, add a gorgeous pair of wide leg trousers. You can go for the slip skirt, you can go for leather trousers if you're that kind of cool girl. I feel like opportunities with this kind of top are endless, and it's the perfect piece that you can just grab and go whenever you just want to look a little bit more elevated, if you have like a last minute evening wear plan come into place. So it's safe to say the wild card has wild carded. I think it's my favourite item from the haul. And the last item that I feel like kind of ties all of these capsule pieces in together, and an item that I actually get so many questions on. It is a new pair of wide leg black smart evening wear trousers. And trousers is something that I feel like is a real hot topic if you're a petite girl, because it can be so difficult to find trousers that actually fit. I find like with tops, with skirts, even coats and jumpers, you can get away with not having to shop at the petite section, whereas trousers, you cannot get away with it unless you're willing to get them tailored and obviously lose about this much fabric at the bottom. But Karen Millen is one of my favorite brands when it comes to petite trousers. They do trousers that are actually short enough that still look and feel incredible, and I actually think probably about 20% of my entire like trouser collection is from Karen Millen. And I really wanted a new pair of just like really beautiful evening wear trousers that I can add into my collection. For me, there is nothing more timeless and classic than a wide leg black trouser. They are just the be all and end all when it comes to evening wear styling. I feel like they are just so timeless. They are just so elevated and can be styled up with literally anything in this haul, or pretty much anything that I've already got in my wardrobe. I really love these because they're like a satiny kind of feel, which just makes them feel a little bit more elevated with this gorgeous like pleating that runs down the front. These to me feel so expensive, and yet they were high street prices. I feel like Karen Millen does that so well. Very high-end looking high street pieces. It is just my favorite thing about them. Excuse me, but whose legs are they? Because they do not look like my legs. Oh my goodness me, I'm in love with these trousers. I feel like they are just so elongating. Can you see that? And they're actually less of a wide leg to me and more of almost a boot cut, which I kind of love because it means they're a little bit different. I have a lot of very wide leg trousers, and it's funny being a petite girl. I feel like people are often quite scared of wide legs. They think it's going to be quite overwhelming, but I don't find wide leg overwhelming at all. I actually find it really elongating. I find it really flattering, and I love this kind of style of wide leg that's almost like boot cut-esque, the way that it kind of like comes around my hips. I'm a very hippie person. I feel like with the pockets this might be a bit too hippie for some people, but I love it. And what I also like about Karen Millen Petite is you can just go for your regular size. These are a 12 and they fit so nicely. I am 5 foot exactly, so I have just popped a little pair of heeled boots. It's so funny, I often get questions about my height, and whenever I say like, oh, I'm 5 foot, they're like, yeah, 5 foot what? I'm like, no, I'm 5 foot. I'm 5 foot nothing, 5 foot 0, 5 foot exactly. So I do find even like the petite trousers can sometimes just have like an extra inch for me. So these are perfect with just a little pair of heel boots. I could probably get away with these with flats, actually. They would just kind of skim the floor. But honestly, I am so in love. I feel like these are just the perfect, like very elevated evening wear trouser. These are going to be great for Christmas, for all kind of like festive styling. I am so in love. So we're in the car now. We are heading out because I have had an itch that needs scratched. And I want to scratch it this afternoon. I have not stopped being served antique hauls on my TikTok, and I feel like because I keep watching them, I keep being served them, and I have just been so jealous of what people have been finding recently. Car boot sale hauls, antique centre hauls, second-hand store hauls. I love watching and seeing what gems people find, and I couldn't actually tell you the last time that I went to my favourite antique centre here in the New Forest, so we're heading there today. We're going to have a little bit of a mooch, and on a beautiful bright sunny day like today, I feel like there is just nothing better. So I popped on one of my favourite little coats, the little Holland Cooper cape coat, which I feel like is one of those pieces that is so great when you don't need to worry about like styling the coat with your outfit. Like you didn't put an outfit on necessarily that was to wear with a coat. I mean, I didn't really intend on leaving the house today, so this is one of those great ones that you can just chuck over the top. The coat is the outfit, and it's just so lovely and snugly warm. It has this little faux fur collar, which I absolutely adore. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we pick up. I feel like whenever you go antique shopping, I love going when I don't have anything particular in mind. I find if I'm looking for something really specific, I never find it. Whereas when I'm just like really open and just like having a little bit of a mooch around, that's when you find those gems. So I'm really excited to see what they have in today. So let's get going. Wow, that was actually quite the successful visit. I feel like that was an itch that really needed scratched. Just wandering around the antique centre, coffee in hand, having a little bit of a mooch, and I do actually have a little haul to show you. I'm so sorry about the lighting. Again, it has been like this all day, just the sun going in and out behind the clouds. So it goes beautiful bright sunshine, and then suddenly it goes really grey, then bright sunshine and really grey. I'm sure you guys probably don't care about it as much as I do, but when I'm filming and I've obviously got the viewfinder just above me, I can see it in the viewfinder. When the lighting, it changes and it drives me nuts. There it is again. It literally annoys me so much, and especially when I'm editing later, but such is life. I can't control the weather. But anyway, such a lovely visit to the antique centre. I didn't vlog whilst I was there because I feel like the antique centre is not like the beautiful aesthetic B-roll that you get in like a showroom or a beautiful home store. It's very much like trying to find the diamonds in the rough. And did I find some diamonds? So let me show you what I bought, starting with something that I definitely needed, that I definitely don't have enough of in my home: a new lamp. I love a lamp. I know I've spoken about this a lot, and I feel like you are my kind of people. We are lamp people. I just really don't like using the main lights. I like to have lamps dotted all around the house. We have 2 in the kitchen, we have 1 in the dining room, 2 in the living room, 2 in my dressing room, 2 in our bedroom, 2 in Alex's office. So I don't know where this is going to go, but I just fell in love with it. It's got this really gorgeous like brass base to it, a really lovely pleated shade over the top as well, so like really classic, can go in any room. And my favorite thing was actually the way that you turn it on and off. Is that the most satisfying thing that you've ever heard? I am so in love. So I need to see what bottle this actually takes, see if we potentially have some. Oh, there's some cobwebs in there. I think that may have been in the antique. Oh, there's some cobwebs in there. I think that may have been in the antique centre a little longer than I realised. We'll give that a little bit of a clean, find a bulb for it, and then find a home. But I am so in love with that. I then picked up some new dinnerware. You might know that I have been creating a little bit of a curation, a collection of dinnerware plates. Well, not necessarily dinnerware plates particularly. I'm focusing right now on pudding plates, I call them. They're kind of like side plate style. But basically, I have, as most people probably do, a bit of a, you know, collection of dinnerware where it all kind of like matches. And we had a few breakages, and we've had like a few chips. And instead of freaking out and trying to find exactly the same plates, which I think are about 10 years old from Marks and Spencer's and probably are not stocked anymore, I'm just going to lean into it. And I am going to embrace that eclectic mix, starting with pudding plates. So I have a couple that were kind of like sent to me in PR. I have recently bought a few from Cezanne, which I absolutely adore. I'll leave Cezanne home link down below. They are killing it at the moment. And these are gonna quite similar to the Suzanne ones, but a little bit more timeless, a little bit more classic, and very obviously antique, which I absolutely adore. So they have this really beautiful like blue floral trim with this like really gorgeous kind of blue outline detail to it. I cannot even read what this brand actually is on the back. I have no idea, but I think they used to be in a set of 5. Potentially there was one breakage. We now have a set of, no, they used to be in a set of 6. They're now in a set of 5, which I think is absolutely fine, because then it means if we just have like a small little dinner party, maybe just a couple of friends coming over, we can use them as a matching set. But if we have more people, whenever like family comes around, we regularly have 8 for dinner when I have everybody around, when we've got my sister, her husband, my mum, my dad, my brother and his fiance, and then obviously Alex and I. That's 8 people around the dinner table, which is not an uncommon occurrence. And then when you have other friends, other family members come and join the party, I just feel like it's really lovely to have a bit of an eclectic mix that I can choose from, a bit more of an antique kind of mixture of little pudding plates, or obviously you can use them as side plates as well. So I picked those up, and then I also got myself a little basket. I feel like the antique centre is the best place to shop for baskets around your home, and baskets are, for me, the key to keeping my house tidy. Alex's like Nintendo Switch and like his games, chuck it in a basket. Blankets around the living room, chuck them in a basket. Coasters and I don't know, anything that you have that you need kind of like access to, but you don't want it to look messy, a basket is the key. So I really liked this one because it's a little bit kind of like darker. It's a really lovely mahogany, and I feel like it could look really nice in the kitchen, because this is where we have a lot more like darker woods that I can lean into. So I really liked that. I feel like you can always get a great basket for a great price at the antique centre. So a rather successful haul. If you couldn't already tell, it is quite a while late now, and it is making me very sad, because it is not even 6 p.m. and it is pitch black outside. In fact, as I'm filming this, it's Friday. The clocks go back this Sunday, which means when you're watching this video, it would have gotten dark an hour earlier. It was probably pitch black by about 5 p.m. Although not all of you guys are from the UK. In fact, let me know where you're from and what time the sun set for you this evening. I always find it so interesting to know. But for us here in the UK, it's officially hit that time of year, which does make me a little bit sad. However, I've got a little bit dressed up. I've got the Karen Millen top back on because we're heading out for dinner tonight. And you know what I'm like? I'm a kid in a candy store. Whenever I have something new, I just have to wear it. But I feel like this is just the perfect outfit for this evening and exactly what I wanted these kind of capsule pieces to be. We're heading out to celebrate my brother's fiance's birthday this evening. What was I saying earlier about all 8 of us collectively all hanging out quite a lot? We're going out, all 8 of us, this evening in Southampton. I think we're going to a steakhouse in Oxford Street, which is a really lovely little area. So it's not the kind of thing where you go like all out dressy, but you just want to look a little bit more elevated, top up your makeup, spritz your perfume, and just switch up your tops. I've got a little Karen Millen top on, and I'm actually going to be wearing my Ivy Oak coat, which I do have an announcement about, a very exciting announcement. They are now available again. I am so excited that Ivy Oak have brought them back this year in both this black and the brown, which I know the brown is always your favorites. I discovered that after filming my coat collection video, trying to find links for similar and then finding links for the exact coat. So if you've been one of the many people to message me about them, they are investment coats. They are spenny, but for a really special birthday gift, for Christmas, or if you really want to treat yourself to something that is going to last year on year. When I think about the cost per wear I've gotten out of these coats, it is pennies at this point, literal pennies, because I've had them for so many years. They've lasted so well, and I always get so many compliments. So let me show you the full outfit for the evening. Let's be honest, can you actually see this outfit in this light? I feel like maybe we do need to bring the third lamp into this room. I mean, I'm already a crazy lamp lady. I may as well lean into it. Could be the new place for my new lamp that I bought today. But outfit, I'm loving. The little caramel in it, I feel like it's just so perfect for this evening. I feel like the other ribbed one may have just been a little bit too elevated, whereas we're going for like casual, understated, but still evening appropriate. And I feel like this top gives exactly that. And because I didn't want to go too like much for the evening, I decided against the wide leg trousers and instead to actually go for a pair of jeans. I feel like, again, it just leans into that kind of like understated yet elevated vibe. These you're probably sick to death of seeing. They're from Love and Roses, and they're part of the collaboration they did with Laura Whitmore. They are a pair of They are a pair of jeans that, very similarly to the Karen Millen tops, can so easily go from daytime, when you've styled them with trainers and chunky knit, to elevated evening attire with a cute little pair of boots and a lovely little top over the top. I love them. So pair with my little mulberry mini Bayswater and the ivy oak coat thrown over the top because it is chilly. We've got a very cute, basic, but not boring outfit for this evening. And do you know what's a bonus? Is that both the Karen Millen top and the trousers have a little bit of stretch to them. So when the inevitable food baby comes, we're gonna be really nice and comfy. But I know as soon as that food baby does hit, once we get home from dinner, I'm just gonna want to get my makeup off and crawl into bed. So I feel like I should probably sign off the vlog for today. It's been so lovely spending the day together. I feel like it's been ages since we just did like a daily spend the day together kind of vlog, and with how much I've been saying that these vlogs are very much like the girly FaceTimes, that is exactly what today has felt like. It's been so lovely showing you the new in pieces and just spending the day with you guys. So I really hope you have enjoyed the video. I will see you in my next one. I'm now gonna go out and have a lovely dinner. I am so looking forward to it.